Hello, I'm Rachel Cox, Programme Manager from Celebrating Sanctuary Birmingham, who are co-presenting this event with Ikon. I'd like to welcome you to Ikon's third Soapboxes event, run as part of the Migrant Festival. Celebrating Sanctuary have always had an input with musical performances in the gallery. This year's event is slightly different, but we're still able to bring you musical and creative presentations from some of the artists that we work with. Celebrating Sanctuary is a diverse music and arts organisation who support and promote the work of refugee and migrant artists and work with refugees and asylum seekers through our community projects. We've been running a Refugee Week festival in Birmingham since 2002, which usually involves events and projects at different locations across the city. Our work has always been about engaging with people through live music events, through Refugee Week and community projects. This year, since the outbreak of COVID-19, we, like many other organisations, have had to completely rethink what we do and how we do it. It was important to us to still produce a Birmingham Refugee Week festival with our own programme, but also bringing together members of the wider Birmingham network, though we were mindful that many are working around the clock to support refugees and asylum seekers with many additional challenges. So those who were able have approached this as a digital event and produced a range of content to share throughout the week. It's important to celebrate Refugee Week and to mark today World Refugee Day in any way that we can to show support for refugees and asylum seekers, but also to recognise their contribution to the arts and to society as a whole. We're delighted to get wider coverage for Refugee Week this year through the Midsummer Festival. Celebrating Sanctuary works with artists, musicians and creatives from refugee and migrant backgrounds to support their development and help them progress their careers within the arts. Also to bring more diversity to the arts scene of Birmingham and the UK, presenting a wealth of arts and culture from around the world. This year for Refugee Week, we're presenting work by 10 featured artists, including live performances of music and spoken word, artwork, photography and poetry, all of which is available to view on our website and will be showcased at the end of this event. Through our community projects, we work with refugees and asylum seekers to encourage their involvement in creative activities. This includes workshops, visits to events and venues, ongoing regular sessions, even trips along the canal, listening to beautiful music on the Ikon slow boat. Through this engagement, we aim to give participants the opportunity to mix and interact with others, express themselves, share their stories and experiences and cultures, helping their voices be heard and their cultures appreciated. Through our work, we aim to raise awareness, promote diversity and representation, and celebrate the contribution of refugees to the arts and cultural landscape, and to endorse the role of music and the arts to inform, impact, express, challenge, and enrich. Refugees and migrants come to this country for many reasons, often not by choice, often fleeing persecution or war. How they are received and welcomed into the UK is a vital process. There are a lot of great organisations who do amazing work, offering services such as legal advice and support, befriending, support with housing, employment, education, language skills, etc. We feel honoured to work in partnership with some of these organisations, and we're happy to support and promote all of their work through Refugee Week. You will hear from some of these organisations later about their work, visions and current campaigns. But you can also find out about them by visiting our Facebook group, Birmingham Refugee Week, or the Celebrating Sanctuary Birmingham website. Birmingham as a city has a history of offering sanctuary to people fleeing persecution and seeking a new or safer life. Its legacy as a city is its diversity. Many of us are migrants or the children of migrants and have grown up in this country facing discrimination and experiencing racism of varying degrees. Following the recent murder of George Floyd in America and the global protests and campaigns that have followed, it is clear that we need to continue campaigning and raising awareness about the inequalities and injustices faced by Black people and people of colour around the world. Through all of our campaigns, Black Lives Matter, Lift the Ban, Refugee Week, we can all come together with a common goal to imagine and work towards a better future. Soapboxes invites a variety of artists and activists to reflect on their own experiences and launch their own projects and campaigns. Their presentations range in form and focus. We hope you enjoy Soapboxes to Imagine. Thank you for listening.
The truth is, Martin didn't even want to share his dream. I mean, if that woman in the crowd hadn't shouted out,
"Hey Martin, tell him about your dream,"
we wouldn't have even known what he had imagined for the people. You see, in a world where we claim to be what we've never been and where the dream seems to be nothing but a figment of imagination, we must continue to imagine. Imagine the possibilities. When our reality really doesn't marry up with what's real, we seek refuge in the things that we can only imagine. And what is it to seek refuge but the quest for safety? The hunt to find normality out of the abnormal, the actual necessity for necessity. Are we not then all refugees of some kind? We see those who travel in search of new, better, and the whole while we're doing exactly the same. The narrative of our internal journey is in search for new, better, more. The compass is both geographic and moral. The power of our thoughts gives license to our actions. What we do with those actions can and will determine the security of our future. See, when you look at a seed, it's hard to imagine a tree, and yet in your hand you hold the full potential of a mighty oak. Plant carefully. The unseen truth, from impregnation to birth, the ultimate refugee journey, the walk by faith and not sight. The truth is, Martin didn't ever want to share his dream, in fear that what he had imagined was just all in his imagination. Just imagine what you could imagine when you use your imagination. It's unimaginable.
Hello everybody, my name is Millicent Chapanda. I am Zimbabwean, but currently living in the West Midlands, just outside Birmingham in the UK, of course. It's always a pleasure to perform during the Refugee Week Festival, and this year's theme is Imagine. And it's such a huge honor and very humbling to have been commissioned by Celebrating Sanctuary to write and perform a song around the theme. We live in a universe which has rules and regulations that are intended to bring about order. In my view, this arrangement has the potential of limiting choices for people as well as their imaginations. Can you imagine a world free of societal barriers, nations uniting and sharing knowledge in order to combat complex, unexplained illnesses which affect all? A world with peace and tranquility, Rude Karo. Trust, love, respect, empathy, spirit of Ubuntu, humanity at the forefront. Global optimal health, no racial profiling, stereotyping, patriarchal ideas or practices. The free world I mentioned earlier is something that most of us would cherish and would wish to be involved in. The COVID-19 pandemic has made us pause to reflect on our mortality. Each day we are afforded the grace of life, and we ought to embrace this as a blessing. This time has shown us that we are all connected and what we do impacts others. We therefore need to reflect on the social distance imposed upon us and how to overcome that when all this is over. Furthermore, we have to take time out to figure out in our minds what genuinely matters to us. For in that spectrum of introspection, we can have free choices and have Rude Karo, tranquility, peace. Rude Karo, my song.
Each summer, over 5 days, Refugee Tales walks, talks, listens, witnesses place and political site, listens, laughs and dances, sleeps,
Fact.
and is sleepless.
This is just to say,
Carries on.
when a detainee from the Dover Immigration Removal Centre applies for bail, if he has a bail hearing, which he is not entitled to attend, though his lawyer is, and the judge is, and a representative of the Home Office is, the bail hearing, imagine, is officially unrecorded.
In the 1935 Arts Centre overlooking Bexhill Sea, a poet said, "Border controls affect people on the inside too. In this century, the United States has given police the right to enter anyone's home within 100 miles of the border without a warrant." He said 65.7% of people in the States live within 100 miles of a border. Talking about human rights in the parish hall, a lawyer said we should add another one, the right to treat people properly. A retired lawyer stood in Epping Forest and told us about the poet John Clare's resistance to the Enclosure Acts, comparing them to this century's border controls, the notorious hostility.
Enclosure came and trampled on the grave of labour's rights and left the poor a slave. These paths are stopped. The rude Philistine's thrall is laid upon them and destroyed them all. Each little tyrant with his little sign shows where man claims earth glows no more divine. But paths to freedom and to childhood dear, a board sticks up to notice no road here, and on the tree with ivy overhung, the hated sign by vulgar taste is hung, as though the very birds should learn to know when they go there they must no further go. Thus with the poor, scared freedom bade goodbye.
And in that same spot in Epping, another poet told us about the 19th century elimination of common rights to lop branches from trees in the forest.
And why we walk is to make a spectacle of welcome.
Hi, I'm Emily from Counterpoints Arts. We support and produce the arts by and about refugees and migrants, and we coordinate Refugee Week, which this year has the theme of Imagine. I recently discovered the poet Lemon Sissay, and I watched a video interview with him. And the interviewer asked him what inspired him. And he said that at that moment he was feeling inspired by the realization that everything around him had first started out as an idea. So the camera he was speaking into, the microphone they were pointing at him, had all started out as acts of imagination. And he wrote this poem: I will not limit myself, I will not be afraid. If it were not imagined, how else could it be made? And that really stayed with me, because I think it can be really easy to forget that the world around us is the result of conscious choices and decisions and conscious ideas, and therefore that our own ideas and imaginations and decisions and actions can shape and change our future reality. When we first had the idea for the theme of this year's Refugee Week, Imagine, we were thinking about this current national and global moment. We were thinking about the climate emergency, ongoing conflict and displacement, rapid technological change, political division. And we really wanted to invite people to free themselves from the current conversation and think about the future in their own terms, and really dare to imagine the future that they want to see. Habit is really powerful, and I think especially as we get older, it can be very easy to get into a that will never work mentality. But when I look back to even just when I was little, when I was at school, things like the way that our or society's attitudes have changed to LGBTQI rights, for example, equal marriage in Ireland. You know, when I was at school, those things were really unthinkable. And I'm not that old. And those things changed because of people's imaginations. We've grown up in a world where appallingly it's normal for people to lose their homes. It's normal for people seeking safety to face border guards, detention, to drown while searching for safety. And it's a real challenge for each of us to remember that that's a result of people's deliberate ideas and decisions, and that just because things are this way, it doesn't mean that that's the way that they need to be. It's a cliche, but this is a scary time and an uncertain time. And if we get out of it to somewhere new, we're going to need our imaginations to get us there.
My name is Espoir. I'm from Cameroon. I fear living in Cameroon because as a lesbian, we face a lot of persecution. So the fact that you are being suspected of being a lesbian is enough proof for you to either be killed, and how you killed, they either put tires on your body and burnt it, or you are exiled, and even your family as well. It go as far as chasing your family because they believe you don't have enough good upbringing. That's why you are a lesbian. The government of Cameroon don't really consider lesbian as people. It's illegal being LGBT, and it's punishable by our penal code. I've done a lot of activities in the UK. I work closely with Peter Thatcher, that we all know. We were both in London trying to campaign against the homophobic attitude of other people towards gay people, because that was the Commonwealth Week. So we wanted, at least especially Cameroon, where I come from, to know that gay people need right to live openly. They are human beings like others. Yeah, many countries, and especially Cameroon, has also covered my story. So it's really, really risky if I have to go back to Cameroon.
Well, the Export campaign is really important because it's about our values. There is still discrimination even in the UK for LGBT community, and I've been an ally of the LGBT community here in the UK and globally for a long time. We cannot send people abroad to persecution. That's not what we stand for in the UK. So this campaign will have my absolute full support. I hope the government do something about it and intervene, because if we don't stand for LGBT rights, if we don't stand for human rights, we stand for nothing.
My name is Espoir. My name means hope.
Amono mana kondolo mwana kati vampa mantila. Amono ndomba zikondolo mwana kati vampa mantile. Ya munwe. Ya munwe. Ya munwe. Lufanka dilune. Ya munwe. Lufanka dilune. Yani luvumbu kondolo leke kati vapa makia. Utaluko ki kondolo mpangi kati vapa makile. Bayaya. Ya munwe. Ya munwe. Ya munwe. Lufuanka dilune. Ya munwe. Lufuanka dilune. Mono lukumbulo mamona. Ayaya misere. Mono misere, mono fasi menina misere. Ayaya mayange. Mono mayangi, mono fasi menina mayangi. Ayaya kitione. Mono kitiona, mono pasigina kitiona. Amono mwana kondolo leke kati vapa matira. Mutalubu kondolo pangi kati vapa matira. Bayaya. Ya munwe. Ya munwe. Ya munwe. Lufuanka dilune. Ya munwe.
a non-extensive guide to begin your anti-racist journey. Step 1. Self-reflect. Our whole society has been designed by white supremacy. It's obviously natural to have absorbed some of this, but you need to reflect. How has this affected me? How have I benefited from these structures? Understanding and acknowledging your personal relationship with systemic racism is a crucial and difficult step. You will probably feel uncomfortable. That is kind of the point. Step 2. Use your voice. Utilise your social platforms, however big or small. Call racism out as you hear it. Remember, being silent is being complicit. Do this every single time with every single person. Talk to your friends about racism. Destigmatise this. And don't be afraid to get it wrong. It's better to get it wrong and learn from that and to improve for the future than to stay silent. Also, be aware it's not your place to comment on how black people are dealing with their ancestral and recent grief. Diversify your circles to elevate black voices in your circles. Step 3. Do your damn homework. Your awareness of police brutality and systemic racism may be new, but the whole concept is not. This is ancient, so please respect everyone involved and do your research on it. It's not currently compulsory in the UK curriculum to learn about British colonialism, so there is a really good starting point because it's really messed up. You should definitely look it up. We are not hearing the whole truth. But the truth is out there. The truth is out there. Research, read, use Google. We have the tools at our fingertips. Step 4. Money talks. Invest in and support black communities and black artists, black creatives, writers, authors, you name it. Commit to investing in it. Call out brands, make a conscious effort to research where you are putting your money. Are they ethical in promoting diversity and inclusivity in an authentic way? Do they represent your views and beliefs in paving the way for a more inclusive and diverse future? Money talks. Step 5. Apply your ally intersectionally. This one's really important. We need to use these tools across the board, so regardless of religion, race, gender, sexuality, to help promote and build a better future. Just imagine. Thanks for listening. Please see this brief list of resources. Of course, again, do your own research. Do the damn homework.
So hello everybody, my name's Jane Thakordin and I've got my colleague Margaret Murray with me. Together we are the Birmingham Artivistas, a collective of women artists who are also political activists. And we thought that for this Refugee Week 2020 we would just offer some thoughts around our interpretation of what the last few months have meant to us as creatives.
Thanks Jane. I think COVID has forced us to look at our world differently, and it's shifted our priorities as artists ourselves and responding to things that are happening around us. I think we've mobilised very quickly. We've done a lot of creative thinking and a creative response, and I think as artivists, one of the things we have is just go for it and do it attitude. And I suppose it's given us an opportunity to pare things back maybe to the bare essentials. So we've been looking at things like promoting different issues in our community, but also doing a lot of hands-on activism. So both Jane and I have been actively involved in food distribution, in providing constant access point for people to come and actually get some meals, actually find out some information about what's going on in their area, and to remind people about some of the assistances they can get, for example online or with some of the local solidarity groups. Lots of the things we've done, as we say, have been quite quick We've had to network quite a lot with others and do a lot of partnership working. A lot of it's been around actually finding out what people need and actually responding to that very quickly, which is often an approach we also use as part of our art practice. Alongside a lot of the practical things we've been doing, we've also worked with different groups. So we're still in constant contact with our friends who are asylum seekers and refugees, and we have responded to lots of practical things people need, and also pointing them in the direction of others for assistance and help. But also we've found sources of creative materials and projects, and actually gone out and got those and then deliver them to people. I think we've taken into account that people not only need food and practical support, but they also need things that will feed their creative need as well to support their well-being.
They have no need for our help. So do not tell me. These haggard faces could belong to you or me.
Should life have dealt a different hand, we need to see them for who they really are.
Chancers and scroungers, layabouts and loungers, with bombs up their sleeves.
Cutthroats and thieves.
They are not.
Welcome here.
We should make them
go back to where they came from.
They cannot. Share our food. Share our homes.
Share our countries.
Instead, let us build a wall to keep them out.
It is not okay to say
these people are just like us.
A place should belong to those who were born there.
Do not be so stupid to think that.
The world can be looked at another way. The world can be looked at another way.
Do not be so stupid to think that.
A place should belong to those who were born there.
These people are just like us.
It is not okay to say
build a wall to keep them out. Instead, let us
share our countries.
Share our homes. Share our food.
They cannot
go back to where they came from.
We should make them
welcome here.
They are not.
Cutthroats and thieves.
With bombs up their sleeves. Layabouts and loungers. Chancers and scroungers.
We need to see them for who they really are. Should life have dealt a different hand,
these haggard faces could belong to you or me. So do not tell me.
They have no need for our help.
No apologies. No, I will not apologize. Does it offend you? Don't clip my wings. Category this, category that. Ethnicity, blackness, whiteness, colorless. Don't clip my wings. I have no desire to fit in. No apologies. Born to be free, born to be me, born to thrive, not strive. Don't clip my wings. Category A, category B, ability, disability. Hey, I was born to be free, born to be me, no desire to fit in. I am me. For this, I will not apologize.
If time was a shallow voice, it has spoken highly of you, called you not by your birth name, but right now, as soon as you seen light, the same light today is flickering within, unaware of your conscious worrying. Is it why you're desperate to keep the midday hostage? Now fully charged up, you feel confident to wear last year's curtain as a cape, as if you're a bigger you. Now imagine your touch softens the drumming cry on velvet memories. Colorless it seems for a minute or two, fixated with time, birth of time and time that is by our side. For a minute or two, you remember the long walks to the petrol station at night, and then your fingers in the shape of arrows, all pointing in different directions, but home. You wish the world well.
So when you were a kid, how did you imagine yourself as an adult?
When I was a kid, so I always had one dream that I always had an image of a superhero.
A superhero?
Yeah, always. And that was every night, so I used to start the history of that, and then till I go to sleep to end it. So it never end. Always I was creating things with the kind of superhero which I had in my mind.
And what was your superpower?
So my superpower was that I have got like kind of sense, so I can understand what part of the world have got a problem or issue. So I used to, my superhero was like, I'm running really fast, like extremely fast, faster than time.
Oh, okay, so you could time travel.
Yeah, so, and save people's life around the world. That was my childhood
Okay.
superhero.
And you imagined yourself doing that?
I was all the night I was thinking about it.
So now when you look at your future, how do you imagine yourself?
To be honest, the only thing comes in my mind now is one thing. It's Afghanistan. People of Afghanistan and peace. And humanity, and the other countries which have got the same problem as Afghanistan, such as Iraq, Syria, Palestine. I wish to do something better one day, that I could bring peace for them, or I could work for peace for them, and I could raise their voice. So that would be a great thing for me to do, and that's how I see the future as well, how I see myself in the future.
So basically, you imagine yourself in the same role, superhero.
Yeah, but a bit different.
Solving the problems of the world. What are you imagining right now?
How it's gonna be tomorrow.
What do you imagine is going to happen on the dance?
I'm imagining that there would be a lot of people raise their voice to justice for Afghan people. I imagine that this will be the first step, you call it, or one step forward to peace in Afghanistan.
So you're moving from imagination to reality, taking the next step.
Yeah. That sounds great to me as well.
I wonder that thou, being as thou sayest thou art, born under Saturn, goest about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and laugh at no man's jests, eat when I am hungry, and wait on no man's leisure, sleep when I am drowsy, and attend no man's business, and laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humour. I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace, and it better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. And in this, though it cannot be said that I am a flattering, honest man, but it cannot be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain. I am trusted with a muzzle, and enfranchised of a clog. Therefore I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me. Sitsho nina, enisesikhundleni elamandla. Ngathi thina sinamandla ngathi asikhulumi. Kodwa sithini? Siyathula siyafa. Siyakhuluma siyafa. Okuseleyo kufanele sikhulume. Azange sicele ukuzala emzimbeni le. Asicelanga ukuba ngabamnyama. Ukuba ngabesifazana.
What do you see? I have a family. I have a name. I have feelings. I've suffered loss. I've experienced joy. I have an address. I am human with red blood going through my veins. Underneath my skin, there are kidneys. There is a heartbeat. What do you see? When you look at me, what do you see? The color of my passport, my statelessness, the color of my skin, my headscarf. When you hear me speak, what do you hear? My accent or the message? What do you see? Fellow humans, there's a disease running rife through humanity. A disease that picks on color. It picks on accents, passports. It picks on headscarves. Maduku, hijab. Chirwere ichi. Takashikari popano. How did we come to this? Aren't we breathing the same air? Aren't we under one sky? What about the next generation? What do they see? What do we want them to see? Imagine a world where we see beyond the color of the passport, the statelessness, the immigration status. We see beyond this skin tone, this layer. A world where I see you, you see me. A world where love rules. Love wins. Imagine. Congratulations, Makorokoto Antlope. It's a baby girl. Melanin levels 0.375. Skin type 6. Closed borders, classified, profiled. Skin care, Ganda. She snuggled me in a hand-knitted woolen blanket, so cozy, bundled me up like a little sausage. All I wanted was to stay in this weightless, cozy blanket forever. Zachose. Creamy white milk, mukaka, dripped from a dark pigmented breast. Her scent called me, so I cried. Nah, I howled. In a split second, my dark lips latched onto my mother's dark nipples. My mother, my hero, amai vangu. Skin care, ganda. Melanin levels 0.440. Skin type 5. Detained, detention center, gifts, collecting dust. I stepped out of our front door into the cold, blistering morning. It was my second week of school. My uniform still hanging on my body, playing hangman. She called me back, looked at me. Nah, looked at my skin, ganda rangu. Her eyes roamed my forehead, skin, cheeks, skin, ganda, lips, skin, chin, skin, neck, ears, skin, ganda, arms, elbows, skin, ganda, legs, skin, knees, skin, ganda, skin. Is Ashi, she said. Wakachenuruka. Amai vangu. Skin care, ganda. Melanin levels 0.212. Skin type 4. Stateless, visaless, in limbo. She picked up the chubby plastic jar. It was yellow kungezuva. A homemade skin moisturizer filled the jar to the brim. Kuzara kutita. She dipped her dark index finger into the jar, placed a dollop of the creamy, butter-like homemade moisturizer bang in the middle of her palm, then rub her palms together until her palms glistened with oil, as if they were oil-producing palm trees. Amai vangu. Skin care, ganda. Melanin levels 0.212. Skin type 6. Stopped and searched, racially abused, profiled. Her glistening palms landed on my face. My face tightened with a frown, kufinyama. My mouth formed a nicely shaped muromo wangu. My nose flared up mino. Her palms rhythmically danced on my skin, ganda rangu. My skin yielded, meso angu. My flared up nose conceded. The on my mouth loosened. And my skin, ganda rangu, danced to the rhythm of her palms. Amai vangu. Skin care, ganda. Melanin levels 0.375. Skin type 6. Closed borders, closed doors, angry black female. She said, looking after your skin is key. They said, you are too dark for our country. She said, Make sure you bath or shower every day. They said, you are a monkey. She said, make your own concoction. Mix with shea butter, coconut oils, mustard oil, rosemary. It's good for your skin. They said, you are stealing our jobs. She said, these plants and herbs are God-given for us to use and enjoy. Love your skin. Ganda rako, let it glow. Glow. Penya kungezuva. They said, these migrants messing everything up, destroying our economy. Skin care. Ganda. Some bleach it, roast it, some tan it, some frown upon it, moisturize it, weaponize it, some cut it. Skin, ganda. Largest human body part. Underneath it flows red blood. Skin, ganda. Underneath it lays our bones, hearts, kidneys, intestines, yours and mine. Black skin, white skin, brown skin, all skin. Imagine a world where skin is skin. Black skin, white skin, brown skin, all skin. A testimony of love and no apologies. Imagine a world where skin, ganda, opens borders. Imagine.
عالم گردونا بی ولاتین بی مفو دربا درو بی مالی هاواری ما با کزراناگا دنیا زامی ما تی مرناکا عالم گردونا بی ولاتین بی مفو دربا درو بی مالی هاواری ما با کزراناگا دنیا زمینما دی مرنکا
We don't have a country in this universe. No rights, no home. We are refugees. No one listens to our words. The world will not heal our wounds. If I had a country and identity, why would I flee to another country? I would live at home so peacefully.
Hello everyone. I hope that you are well and safe. The song that I will sing reflects on the global pandemic. The main narrative of the song focuses on how global we are more connected than ever.
Mundo, oh mundo, mundo, ah mundo, mundo, todo mundo foronta, corson se domina mesquinha, vive pandemia. Mundo, todo mundo foronta, corson de milhares na antiga, havia 10 pandemia. Mundo, mundo, ah mundo, mundo, ai mundo, terra. Aleluia, 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 aleluia. Ica tem preto branco, menino grande. Ica tem preto branco, menino grande. Rico, pobre, bonito, feio, mundo. Es doença pina, pa cansa mundo. Es doença pina, pa cansa mundo. Aleluia, 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 aleluia. Mundo, ah mundo, mundo, ah mundo, terra, ayo, ayo, terra. Todo mundo foronta, homens com mulher na dança, bebia pandemia. Todo mundo foronta, mulher na dança, bebia pandemia. Aleluia, 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 aleluia. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
mokili oyo eleki pasi ye pasi to esengo moto se likambo pasi to esengo moto se likambo Achane, 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 achane. Saa inaenea juu tuambiane ukweli. Tukupendane juu tuachane. Saa inaenea juu tuambiane ukweli. Tupendane juu tuachane. Achane, 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 achane. Never walk alone. Never walk alone. Walking like a chain. We'll be walking like a chain. Never dance alone. Never dance alone. We'll be walking dancing like a chain. We'll be dancing like a chain. Achane, 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 achane. Saa inaenea juu tuambiana ukweli. Tukupendane juu